All right, this is lesson 108, Formulas and Substitutions. Go ahead and write the title at the top of your page. Formulas are examples of literal equations. We talked about those 2 lessons ago. So literal equations are equations with letters in them. Formulas are going to be examples of those. And so in this lesson, we're going to substitute values into our formulas in order to find the value of a variable that we do not know. So, for example, this is our first formula. This is a formula you'll see sometimes in math, a lot of times in science, distance equals rate times time. So we're going to be looking to find t, and they gave us the value for the distance and the rate. So we plug in or substitute those 2 values. So I'm going to substitute 36 for my d, and then I'm going to substitute 9 for my r, and then I don't know t, so I'm going to leave that as t. And then we simply solve the equation. So I have 9 times t. That means I need to divide both sides by 9. And then 36 divided by 9 is going to be 4. So t has a value of 4. This next formula is for Fahrenheit and Celsius. It allows you to convert from one system to the other. So what we want to know is when Celsius is 37 degrees, what is my Fahrenheit degrees? So we're still looking to find f, so I'm going to keep the f as a variable, and then I'm going to do 1.8 times my Celsius, which is 37, so I'm plugging in 37, and I add 32. Well, I need to figure out what 1.8 times 37 is, so we got to do that kind of off to the side, and you can do that on your paper just as well as I can do that on mine. All right, so you should get 66.6. So if you wanted to write that middle step in, you could. You do not have to, but so I'd get 66.6 plus 32. So then I need to come over here and actually add those up. All right, so I get a Fahrenheit value of 98.6. If that number seems familiar to you, that's because 98.6 is the normal human body temperature. So when you take your temperature when you're sick, you are looking for it to be 98.6. The Celsius equivalent of that is 37. If you were taking your temperature in Celsius, a normal degree number would be 37 degrees for your body temperature. All right, now it's time to go ahead and pause the video and practice substituting in those values. So go ahead and pause it. All right, you should have paused your video. I'm going to show you the answers now. Go ahead and check your answers for the next 3 problems. So here are the answers. You should have on 3, B is 5, on 4, B is 10, and on number 5, F is negative 40. All right, if you got all those, go ahead and stop the video. If you need explanation, you can keep watching, and I'm going to do each of them. So in this first one, we have A is 20 and H is 4, so I'm going to plug those in. So I get 20 for A. I don't know B, and I know that H is 4, so I have really B times 4. If you wanted to rewrite that, you could. You don't have to, but B times 4 really is 4B. So we're trying to get B by itself. That means we need to divide both sides by 4. And so I get that 5 is equal to B. On this one, this is area of a triangle, so that should look familiar. We're going to keep our same values of 20 and 4. So this time I have 1/2 times B times 4. Simplest thing really is to simplify this side first. So I get, 1/2 times 4 is 2. So I get 2B. And then I would divide both sides by 2. And I get that 10 is equal to B. You could also have divided both sides by 4 and then multiplied both sides by 2. So kind of doing that in 2 steps, you would have still gotten 10. All right, on this last one, we're trying to find F, and we're going to substitute in negative 40. So I get 1.8 times negative 40 plus 32. All right, well, let's do some math over here. 40 times 1.8. So I get 320, and then I get 40, so I get 720, but then that one decimal place gives me 72. But then remember, it was in negative 40, so really I have negative 72 as my degrees. So this is equal to negative 72 plus 32, or sorry, 32. Negative 72 and a positive 32 brings me a little less negative, so that is going to be equal to negative 40. So this is significant because this is where the Fahrenheit and the Celsius meet. So at negative 40, Fahrenheit and Celsius are equal to one another. There you go.